Hello, everyone. My name is Chloe Smith. I am a speech and hearing sciences major, and I was a SURF winner for the project entitled A Cross-sectional Study of the Portrayal of Childhood Speech Sound Disorder Interventions and YouTube Videos. This project was done under the mentorship of Dr. Monica Harn from the Department of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Speech sound disorders occur when difficulties making certain sounds continue past a certain age, and they include articulation disorders and phonological disorders. Articulation disorders focus on errors in the production of individual speech sounds, while phonological disorders focus on rule-based errors that affect more than one sound. There are many different unique interventions that help fix these problems, and that is what I wanted to look at in these YouTube videos. The purpose of this experiment was to examine the source, type of intervention, evidence, usability, and actionability of speech sound disorder intervention-related information contained in the top 100 videos directed to families of children seeking speech sound disorder interventions on YouTube. This is important for three reasons. One, parents of children with disabilities use websites and social media for information, support, and decision-making. Two, the internet is not necessarily credible. And three, speech-language pathology content on YouTube has been proven to be less than adequate from previous recent research. Analyzing this YouTube data will allow professionals to guide clients to helpful, accurate, and accessible information, as well as eliminate communication barriers between them and the client caused by inaccurate information. They can also develop their own videos with high levels of evidence, understandability, and actionability. My budget included 3 textbooks on speech sound disorder interventions, so I could familiarize myself with different evidence-based intervention types. So the first thing I did was obtain my keywords. A panel of faculty, students, and clients at the LU Speech and Hearing Clinic were asked to provide keywords that they might use when searching for information related to speech sound disorder interventions. The provided search terms were entered into Google Trends, which is a website that analyzes the popularity of search terms. However, those terms produced no results and were therefore ineffective. So I ended up using the terms speech treatment, phonological speech therapy, and articulation speech therapy. Next, I gathered the top 100 videos about interventions for speech sound disorders in children. In total, I watched 172 videos, and 72 were excluded. No more videos were viewed or collected once 100 were gathered. Then the metadata was extracted and recorded, including the title, URL, date of upload, length of the video, total number of views, thumbs up, and thumbs down, which is likes and dislikes. Then I coded and categorized the video source. First, the video sources were grouped into the categories speech-language pathologist, university student, health practice or speech-language pathology practice, or other. Other included speech-language pathologist assistant and a parent. Second, the videos were coded according to whether they included evidence-based information or references. Lastly, the videos were coded based on intervention type, of which there were 13. Intervention types were subsets of motor-based interventions or language-based interventions for speech sound disorders. Next, I scored each video using the Patient Education Materials Assessment Tool for audiovisual materials, otherwise known as PMAT-AV, on understandability and actionability. The PMAT-AV is a free and approved tool developed by the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, and it's used to determine the understandability and actionability of audiovisual information directed to patients. Understandability is measured by how well people with varying degrees of knowledge about the topic presented can comprehend the video. Actionability is measured by how clearly the video identifies and instructs a person on the actions they can take. So Dr. Harn and I used the user's guide to become familiar with the PMAT-AV. Then we evaluated and scored 20 videos about speech sound disorder interventions to calibrate our responses on the PMAT-AV and reach a consensus. The interclass correlation coefficient was performed to examine the inter-rater reliability for PMED-AV subscale ratings, and the ICC scores were suggestive of good inter-rater reliability. Finally, an analysis of all 100 collected videos was conducted, and the last step was statistical analysis. It was conducted using the IBM SPSS software version 24. The Kruskal-Wallis H test was used to examine if the evidence in PMED-AV score varied across video source. After running the descriptive statistics, I found that there were 42 videos made by SLPs, 42 by university students, 14 by health or SLP practice groups, and 2 videos made by other. 4 videos out of the 100 contained more than one intervention approach. So videos uploaded by SLPs had notably more thumbs up than other video sources, despite videos made by health or SLP practice groups having a comparable number of views. Videos made by university students had significantly fewer views than all other sources. They were also the longest on average. For the results for theme content by source, I found that university students develop videos with the most diversity across approaches when compared to other video sources. The 3 most common interventions seen in the 100 videos gathered were motor-based approaches, the minimal pair approach, and the cycles approach, comprising 27, 21, and 13% of videos respectively. Almost half of the videos developed by speech-language pathologists focused on motor-based approaches for articulation disorders. Health or SLP practice groups had 28.6% of their videos fall into the other category, which included several lesser-known intervention approaches. All videos from every source were evidence-based. The overall mean scores indicate that the videos did not reach adequate levels of understandability, which would be 70% or higher, though SLP-generated videos near adequate levels. And overall, the mean scores indicate that they did not demonstrate adequate levels of actionability either. But once again, the SLP-generated videos were indicative of adequate actionability with a score of 77.4%. The results of the Kruskal-Wallis H test showed that there is a significant difference in understandability scores between videos from different sources, but no significant difference in actionability scores between videos from different sources. And one other thing was that videos made by university students were significantly less understandable and actionable compared to SLP videos. Through analyzing these videos to which clients are exposed, professionals can begin to understand the existing beliefs they may have about certain interventions for childhood speech sound disorders. In turn, more professionals can develop their own understandable, actionable, accessible, and evidence-based videos using PMED-AV as a guide. Improvement is needed in understandability, but especially in actionability. Clearly identifying actions the viewer can take is a necessary component of a quality informational video for parents. Uploading these videos to YouTube is a necessary step in diluting the poor information on the internet. Furthermore, professionals can guide patients to search for accurate information from trustworthy sources, such as videos generated by SLPs or similar professionals, since SLPs had the highest scores in both understandability and actionability from this experiment. And they can also educate them on how to evaluate that information. As noted, the search terms provided by a panel of faculty, students, and clients gathered no results from Google Trends, which demonstrates that it may be difficult for parents to find relevant information about childhood speech sound disorder interventions. To combat this, professionals can instruct their patients on what search terms to use. This is also a necessary step in improving the client's understanding, as seeking online information empowers patients to be more active in the decision-making about their health, and it also improves their confidence. However, communication about online health information between the client and professional is essential so the professional can know what information is lacking or incorrect from the internet. The professional can also encourage discussion about online health information by being open and receptive to their clients' questions instead of giving resistance. So that concludes my research project. I would like to thank Dr. Harn for all of her help and support, as well as the Office of Undergraduate Research for funding this project. Thank you for your time.